Ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to take a quick moment and pause to think of the most random thing that you got way too invested in for seemingly no reason. It's probably something like origami, or maybe you let your intrusive thoughts win and the next thing you know you're trying to see if you could swallow your tongue. Hell, one of my best friends had a multi-year long fascination with lobsters. So whatever it is, I'm not here to judge. And besides, I'm actually here to admit one of my more guilty pleasures, as today I got sucked into the underground world of Minecraft professional ice boating. A world that you probably had no idea existed, but something that you're once exposed to, you can never go back. It's pretty easy to look at this activity and think it's so simple. I mean, how hard can it possibly be to hop in a wooden boat and slide around on ice? But it's the second that you actually do that, you realize how much more nuanced and complicated this activity is. Only a few have been able to master it, and the ones that do get the privilege to compete at the IBRI, this being the biggest and most prestigious ice boating tournament that exists. It's a place where you won't find unserious, goofy asses like me. People with actual talent compete in this. However, today, they made an exception, because they decided to take a step down and make an event solely for YouTubers. Now, the ice boat community doing something like this is on the same level as if the NFL went out and got 30 monkeys from a zoo to have them play in the Super Bowl. It wasn't going to be pretty. The admins informed us that we would have to get into teams of 4 in order to compete, so I immediately set out to assemble a god squad. I got my homies Sipover, Weefies, and Biggie. Well, except Weefies ended up bailing at the last second. Turns out embarking on a Harvard education kind of whoops ass, so in his place, we got the homie Kunai. Now, the last time I was in an ice boating event, my team got second to last. Pretty awful, I must admit, but today was time for redemption. When the track we were racing on was announced, I immediately contacted my team to tell them to hop their ass on so they could get some practice reps as well as scout the track. However, it turns out that half of the people on my team are complete slackers, as the only person that showed up was Sippo. This was unfortunate because it's actually extremely important to practice the track before the actual race, so you know where you're going. But Biggie and Kunai decided it would be best to just figure it out on race day. A plan that I could almost guarantee would end in disaster. Now, I personally didn't want to look like an absolute moron on the day of this race, so I was going to practice as much as I could. Sipover seemed to agree with me on this, so we both hopped on this server, aiming to become masters of the track we would be racing on. Alright, I'm ready to cook. Oh, Biggie and Kunai are going to be so lost tomorrow, Sipover. We gotta carry them hard.
Real legit. Real legit. Alright, this is the play right here. You go like this. Fuck, I fucked up bad.
Yo. Bro. Man, I'm rusty as hell. Jesus Christ.
I don't know, bro. Like, they're actually insane.
Oh my god. Wait a minute. I think I see a shortcut. You know where you were talking about? Go over those 2 blocks? There's like a water crossing. Hold on, I'm gonna test this real quick. Okay, I messed it up. Try this again, bro. Third time's the charm. Sippo, you're about to get past. Check me out. Oh, I did it! I did it!
Ooh, damn, I would have. That was kind of clean though.
Now, I must admit, at the beginning of this, I was extremely rusty. But it only took me about 20 minutes to get comfortable and start feeling this track out. I was feeling pretty good, and especially after the admins told us that nobody else had found the shortcut except for us, that was an extra confidence booster, as that meant we weren't completely lost. We continued to practice over the next hour until Sipover had to leave, at which point I attempted to follow one of the best players in the event in hopes of finding out exactly why his best lap time was 3 seconds faster than mine. Though, it would have helped if I was actually discreet about it. Why does he keep teleporting back?
What the fuck are you looking at?
Dog, this guy doesn't want to show me his sauce.
Whoa!
What are we doing here? Oh, nah. This is my chance right here. Please don't TP back. I must learn the ways. My plan to secretly acquire the best knowledge about this track had failed miserably. But it turns out all I had to do was ask the man directly, because he was more than happy to help me. He became my interim personal coach, teaching me the ins and outs of this track, and also showing me how insanely good the top competition was. God damn! Armed with this new wealth of knowledge, I now needed a way to relay this important information to my two teammates who couldn't bother to get on to practice. I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to do this effectively, but then I remembered I could utilize the foolproof method of a Google presentation. This is deadass what I'm gonna be doing for the next hour. So I got to work, creating an in-depth analysis on how to properly race this track. When it was all said and done, I think it turned out alright, and my plan was to present this beautiful masterpiece before the race tomorrow in order to give Biggie and Kunai some clue of what they were about to be doing. So the next morning I called the homies and got them ready for one hell of a lecture. Class was in session. Alright gents, if everybody would turn their attention to Discord please. I put together a little slideshow that outlines this track and how we're gonna dominate the competition.
Professor Diddy.
Hey yo, what the?
What?
Breaking news.
What'd you
Diddy
read that?
adopted a white child.
Alright, so this is the beginning. You guys want to try and stay on these blue pumpkins as much as you can. This is the first shortcut. You're gonna come off this line right here. You're gonna want to just ram your boat into this water chute. Ideally, you want the back of your boat to like slam into this wall, because then you'll shoot out forward. But it doesn't matter too much. Biggie, that's a stupid question. Just slam your boat into this part right here, and you're gonna be okay.
Could you add some more red arrows? I don't get it still.
This is another proper line. You gotta stay wide here, and right around these blocks, you're gonna start turning in, and this corner is pretty long. You're gonna hug the inside of that. Hug it, bro. Tight lines, bro. Tighter than your ass. Alright, second shortcut. Do not take this shit. This is bait, okay? Go around. Follow this blue ice. Do not take this path.
Trust me.
Dude, why are you guys trolling us, man?
What you mean? Biggie. Oh my. Alright, we're gonna do a quick pop quiz for you, Biggie, since you're goofing off.
What was the first shortcut?
The first shortcut?
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Is this guy for real?
Oh, alright.
My presentation was not working as well as I hoped. And if there's one thing I'm taking away from this whole experience is that I will never be a teacher. I eventually got through the presentation, but I was convinced that nor Biggie or Kunai had comprehended a single bit of information. So it was going to be my job to carry the team. Like literally carry the team. See, after we were done with the presentation, we all hopped on the server and realized that there was a plugin that allowed, for some reason, players to sit on each other's heads. Absolutely no clue why the admins thought this was a necessary plugin to have, but in theory, this meant somebody could ride on someone's head for the entire race and then get the same placement credit as the person racing. So for our team, who had two teammates that were below average, Sipover and I could each carry one of them on our heads and actually get pretty decent placement points. I thought this was the most five-head genius plan ever, except there was one problem. Before the actual race, there's this thing called qualifying, and it's where everyone races the track on their own to set their fastest lap time, and the order of which you finish in determines the starting position for the actual race. Given the large skill gap on our team, there was a very high chance that we would all end up extremely separated on the starting line, making it nearly impossible for us to meet up to execute our little plan. And little did I know, when qualifying eventually did start, all of my worst fears came true. Sipover and I ended up performing quite well. I got the 10th fastest time of the day, while he got the 15th. But Biggie and Kunai, let's just say they struggled a bit. Okay, Kunai, this is what you need to do, okay? You need to set a
Mr. Cat! Sorry.
Does he have this bamboo boat again or something?
Yeah,
Zoom in like, hey, f you, I'm in your way now. Like, alright, cool, bro, thank you. Fuck!
Should you always W key in this bow or not?
No. You've been going to every wall?
Well, like, no, but like, I feel like honestly, like sometimes it's not bad.
They didn't do great. Finishing in 20th and in 29th was definitely not the best case scenario, as Zipover and I were going to have to wait for a significant amount of time after the race started for Kunai and Biggie to run over to us and hop on our heads. The viability of this plan was looking less and less bright. However, with the start time minutes away, we decided to risk it. The potential payoff for this strategy was simply too great. But, as fate would have it, things would go horribly wrong.
It's harder to get good times when someone's on your head, though.
No, I have a good way to see.
Use the boat to get the run started.
Wait, is this the real fucking thing?
Yes!
What is good?
Come on, Biggie!
Wait, so what am I doing?
Dude, what the fuck are you
Fuck
moving?
it, fuck it, Chuck.
Kunai, you go normally.
Literally just like ran off
Go
that one.
normally.
You didn't get out of the boat, Biggie!
I did. You just ran off.
Wait, I gotta pick you up, Biggie.
Wait,
Bro,
Chuck.
I'm not even on your head.
Hop on, just hop on. Get the boat out of your hand! Kunai, come on!
I'm running.
Oh, we're fucked.
No, we're not. Oh yeah, we can't, dude.
Ow! That could not have gone worse. Zipover immediately rushed out of there like we had no plan at all. I then completely panicked when I saw 17 people pass me in 2 seconds, which resulted in me ditching Biggie, and then I had to turn completely around to make a botched pickup of Kunai. I was now sitting in damn near last place with Kunai on my head. Not the position I wanted to be in. However, I couldn't do a damn thing about it except go out there and catch some souls.
This is definitely spacey.
Alright, we're in dead last right now, Kunai.
Alright.
Fuck these bots, bro.
Yeah, I need to light it, cause this nigga fight. Yeah, ET, they can't fuck with me cause I'm pumping in space. ET, oh man, she got Rick, can't feel my face. I Uzi, might fuck on a groupie. Yeah, she calling my phone, just for a two-piece. Yeah, Uzi, might fuck on a groupie. Yeah, she calling my phone, just for a two-piece. She calling my phone, yeah, she calling.
Wait, I
27.
just realized it doesn't count me at all.
Oh my god.
I haven't done a single lap.
Oh my god, dude.
Just as I was starting to cook, our plan that we thought would win us the entire thing was now looking like it was going to take us down in flames. Because once Kunai hopped off of me, he immediately got teleported to the start of the track. The admins had implemented a complicated checkpoint system to prevent people from skipping huge parts of the track, or in our case, know if somebody was completely freeloading. The funniest part about all this was that the admins watched us come to this disappointing realization in real time.
I heard some news that there's some people riding each other, like they're on top of each other, like just sitting on the
Yeah,
road.
of
Is that
course,
allowed?
I believe it's in the back. I believe Chuck Miss Nasty.
Chuck
Take a look at Chuck Miss Nasty over here. Yep.
What's happening? Chuck Nasty's Kunai's riding on top of Chuck Nasty right now. I think they're both gonna try to get the position together, it looks like. But Kunai jumps off, it was like a little Uber right there.
Embarrassing.
Bad. We are so fucking stupid. I've never seen so many things go wrong simultaneously. I mean, at this point, the last 13 laps of this race were just for pride. I did not want to take 30th place, and I also didn't want to finish behind one of the biggest losers on the YouTube platform. See, I'm okay with losing if it's to rightful winners, but you'll never catch me losing to true losers. And on this day where everything that could go wrong did go wrong, I was not about to lose to a man who has been acquiring allegations like infinity stones. I was not about to lose to a man that shit on people for raising money for cancer research. I was not about to lose to a man that got exposed for using a 4chan incel dating app to try to pull bitches. I was not about to lose to a man with the worst sense of humor humanity has ever seen.
I really like the texture of this guy, a lot more than I do over this pigger.
Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.
I was not about to lose to a man who is more sensitive than the tip of a male's penis after they've beat off. And thank God, I didn't lose to the man. I was happy with my comeback. I came from 30th to get 13th, and if I hadn't been screwing around for the first minute of the race, I probably could have cracked the top 10. But the best part of all was despite all of our team struggles and all of the crap that happened today, we didn't get last. We didn't get second to last. We actually got a modest 6th place. And you know what? That is improvement that I will take.